You look
Charlie,
so
we
good.
clean up so good.
I always look this good, guys. Thanks for the compliments.
Oh.
Look, I got a red carpet for our theme meal.
That is great. We do need a red carpet for that because we told you guys on Monday that we're gonna do a red carpet event, and we didn't want to be left out on that.
No, we wanted to get all fancy, and we have quite the A-list lineup for today's event. We have a very good-looking man who is going to do our how-to.
Donna's husband.
And a fascinating trio of actors are going to be joining us.
You're a man-skit.
Hey, what are you whispering about?
My carpet.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let the events begin.
Random Wednesday.
All right, it's Random Wednesday, and we are going to do one of our favorite things here at the camp. We're going to do a three-man skit. So, as you can see, there's more than 3 of us here, and some people are missing, because this is what's going to happen. Us here as a crew are going to pick the 3 things we need for a three-man skit. So we need a person, place, and a thing. And then we're going to come up with it. We're going to tell Dakota. He's going to be the first one to act. So, when he's up here acting, he's going to act it to Darian, who's the second person, but he can't use any words. He can only use actions, try to explain what the person, place, and thing is to Darian. Then when Darian, he thinks he might have an idea of what it is, we'll call down Amy, and then Darian will do the same thing to Amy, and then at the end, we will ask Amy what she thinks. But, here's the catch. We're not gonna actually reveal the answers in this video. We are gonna reveal them on Friday because we want you guys to also guess what they are acting. So in comments below, or you can send us an email or whatever, you need to guess what the person, place, and thing is. So we are gonna quickly come up with it, with what they are. We're not gonna tell you, and then we'll see if you guys can figure it out by the end of this segment. So here we go. All right, Dakota has his 3 things. The first thing is a person, second thing is a place, third thing is a thing. It works just like that. But he can't talk anymore. So we need you guys and everyone else who is here at the campfire to get Darian down. So here we go, ready? Darian, Darian, Darian. Pew, pew, pew. Pew, pew, pew.
Huh? What's up?
Okay.
Huh? What's up with that?
Blop, 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 blop.
Oh, okay.
All right, let's get Amy down here. Amy. Amy.
What was the first thing? Oh no. Oh yeah. Huh? Hey, little. This is a little. It's just a little guy. And then the. Hi, John. Okay. But. Oh, no way. No. Wait. You're doing this. I'm doing this. This is so difficult. Okay. Okay, yeah. Okay, go like this. But so this then I honestly have no clue.
Okay.
All right, that was a lot of fun. I don't know if even they know what it is, but we want to see if you guys can guess what the person, place, and thing was. So type it in the comments below, send us an email, and we will reveal them on Friday.
How to.
Hey, this is Kimbal here at SABC, and today's how-to is how to juggle. So I don't know if you've ever learned how to juggle in school, or maybe you've seen your family members or whatever juggle some things. I learned to juggle as a kid when I was about 11 years old. My dad was always juggling things around the house, oranges and apples and even eggs. And so I said to my dad, I want to learn how to do that. And so he said, here you go, this is what you do. And he didn't really teach me really well. He just said, well, this is kind of what I do. And so I took a few things, probably had a few kind of round objects kicking around. I was always throwing a ball against the house. And I just went into my room and started practicing and practicing. And I probably spent about 2 hours in the room until I came out juggling. So today I want to show you a little bit about juggling and how you can do it at home. First of all, you need some juggling balls. You need some items. You can get a set of these, I think, at the dollar store. You can get them on Amazon, wherever you want to get them. You don't have to have a set of these, but I wouldn't recommend you go into the fridge and use things in there without your parents' permission, and you might make a mess. So first of all, once you have gathered your 3 items, we're going to do juggling with 3 balls today, and you're going to need to take 1 ball. All right, so that's where we're going to start. Start with 1 ball, and what you're going to do with this ball, start in your right hand, and you're going to throw it about a foot above your head to your left hand. Okay, you're going to just pass it just like that. And what we're going to do, think about, is I like airplanes. I like seeing airplanes in the sky, but I wouldn't like to see an airplane like crash, right? So one thing about airplanes is that they all have their own kind of flight path, right? Trajectory and path. It's kind of the same with juggling. And so this ball, what you're going to do is just take this back and forth on this flight path from your right hand to your left, from your left hand back. You're going to do that about 50 times. So you get it really controlled. You might think, wow, this looks so easy, and then you start doing it and it goes everywhere. So you might want to find yourself a room that's kind of small, not necessarily outside, because you will chase it around everywhere. It's better to be kind of in a more constricted area, smaller space. Okay, so we're going to do that about 50 times. Until that is really nice and smooth, or at least you can catch it a good number of times. Okay, then we're going to add ball number 2. So we got the first ball in the right hand, second ball in the left hand, and now what we're going to do is we're going to have a different flight path for this airplane, right? So the first one's going to go over just like it was. The second ball is going to take a different path underneath, so it's going to go underneath, right? You're going to throw the second ball as soon as the first ball is at the very top of its kind of trajectory, all right? So as soon as it's up there, you throw the second one. So 1 and 2. Maybe you're a little musical, so we're gonna keep that in your mind. You're gonna 1 and 2. Again, I make it look a little easy because I've been doing it a long time. You might be having trouble. That second ball is the one that gets away on you all the time. So you wanna just practice that until these 2 continually are consistent. That's kind of the key about juggling, is just getting consistent juggling tosses every time, okay? So we're gonna do that about 50 times until that's really comfortable. Then we're gonna add the third ball. You might be at this point saying, I don't even know, I can't even get the first ball. That's okay, you can watch this over and over again and pick it up. I have confidence in you that you will do this well. All right, so here we go. So we're gonna have 2 balls in our right hand, 1 ball in the left hand. We're gonna throw the first ball like we did right from the beginning, second ball right there, and then we're gonna throw the third ball. And again, third airplane, it's gonna take a different path. It's still gonna go underneath each ball, okay? So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, and catch. Now again, you're probably going, oh, I can't do that. Just keep trying. So we go 1, 2, and 3. That third ball, don't even worry really about catching it right now. Just try to get it out of your hand so you make room for that second ball to land, okay? So again, 1, 2, 3. Just keep doing that. 1, 2, 3. Get that kind of meter in your head. 1, 2, 3, and catch. And just keep trying that. Now once you've done that, and that might take you a little while, you're just gonna keep going, just gonna keep emptying your hands. And so every time you just empty and catch, empty and catch, empty and catch, and keep remembering that each one has to kind of go underneath each one to keep out of the path. Because if you do follow the same path, you know, they might collide and that wouldn't be necessarily good. All right, so let's say that you've got that and everything is going well, you've been practicing and you got that. What can you do next? Well, juggling is so fun because you can add more items. You can find more juggling balls and start learning how to do 4 or 5 balls. That's pretty tough. Good jugglers actually are so good at juggling that they can read a book and you don't even have to look. You just keep going. Try different things. Of course, we're gonna add tricks, right? And we wanna start doing tricks. And so we can do little tricks like just throwing one outside of the path and then do both and like that. So there's a few tricks that I've learned and there's some things that you can keep working on and trying. Another thing that you can do is invite a friend and someone maybe that's part of your family or your cohort, and you can juggle with them and learn to juggle together. There's a guy here, Darian. He's been one that I've been juggling with here for a while at camp, few summers. And he's learned, he's a really good juggler, and so I'm gonna invite him to come in and show you what he's got, and then we'll try something a little bit together.
That's so kind of you saying I'm so good. Wow.
Darian, you're awesome. You're awesome. Someone taught you well.
Yeah, you're right. Let's see what I got.
Oh, he's even doing some tricks right there.
I learned that one from you.
Whoa, whoa.
That one's hard.
You know what? You're doing it, and that's fun. That's the most important. The thing is to have fun. So we're gonna try a little bit of a passing game just between the two of us with 3 balls, and we'll see how this goes, all right? That was actually good. Try, do that again. Okay, did I start? Okay.
I'll start.
This is really good. See, juggling is fun with friends. That's really good. Well, thanks, Darian.
Yeah.
Thanks for playing around with me, and that's how to do some juggling. And we'd love to see some videos and see how you juggle and are learning to juggle and the things that you're using.
Story time.
Welcome back, Grandpappy and Nana. We're very happy to have you with us.
Yes, we love reading the stories, and we're back again with the Jesus Storybook Bible. So make sure to grab yours and follow along. Mm-hmm. Where are we? We are on page 122. Didn't we read one on 222 once?
Did we?
I think
It's so very long ago.
so very long ago. But anyway,
Can't
today,
remember.
122 is where we're reading. Mm-hmm. And it is called The Young Hero and the Horrible Giant.
This is a classic.
Awesome.
Very, very good.
Start us off.
All right. God's people had some scary enemies, but the Philistines were the scariest of them all. And now the Philistines had come to fight them.
No.
This is bad.
No.
Very bad to start.
Not good.
The Philistines had a secret weapon called Goliath. Goliath was a very terrifying soldier, and worst of all, a giant.
What? A giant?
A giant.
A real live giant?
Very big, like 6 feet, maybe 8 feet tall.
I was gonna say Grandpap is almost 6 feet, so
Must be
like
8
feet, if
very tall.
not even bigger. Giant.
Oh, yeah. Oh, a giant, so strong and so tall and so scary. that no one had ever been able to fight him and live to tell the tale.
Ooh, he sounds pretty scary. I
I
would
don't
run
know
up.
if we need to, maybe we need to stop reading.
No, I think we should just keep going. Find out what happens.
So there they were, the Philistines, standing on top of one hill, and God's people standing on the top of the other. Every day, Goliath came out and shouted, "Send your best soldier to fight me. If he wins, we will be your slaves. But if I win, you will be our slaves." No one spoke, no one moved.
Oh man, that's scary. That's scary.
I know.
And then, chickens! Goliath bellowed. Hey, speaking of chickens, have you talked to Aunt Hoover lately? I hear her chickens, they don't eat anymore, or...
She said they weren't sleeping
don't
anymore.
sleeping.
She wrote me a very long letter.
And they just do this all day long.
It's very hard to read her chicken scratch on the letter.
Anyway, let's back to the story.
Yes.
Enough with Aunt Hoover. Chickens! Goliath bellowed. Your God can't save you. I'll rip off your heads and have you on toast.
Ugh.
That's not very... I like strawberry jam on my toast.
Maybe peanut butter.
Oh, peanut butter. His beady, greedy eyes glowered at them hungrily from under his horrible helmet, as if any minute he might just gobble them all up. And he laughed his terrible laugh. Ha, 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 ha. It boomed echoily, horribly around the dry, dry valley.
Oh dear. Well, Goliath just might as well have been a green, slimy monster with 3 heads because God's people froze with fear.
Wow.
Their eyes glazed over and they turned deathly pale.
They should drink some water or eat some snacks. When I get pale, some snacks help me not so pale.
Maybe take a seat.
Oh yeah, take a nap. That always helps Grandpappy.
Yes, I think he feels ill very much. Lots of snacks and napping. They knew if someone didn't do something quick, if someone didn't save them, but God would do something.
Absolutely.
He would send someone to save them.
I bet you it's a big guy. Another big giant. Wouldn't
Yeah.
that be crazy?
Now, do you know David? Because it says, do you remember? Now, we haven't talked about David, but David is a very important man in the Bible.
Yes.
But we won't give anything away because spoilers. Now, you remember that David was the youngest son of Jesse. He had sheep. Well, his brothers were soldiers in the army. One day, when David brought his brothers their lunches, everybody needs lunches,
Yes.
he saw Goliath. And he saw how scared everyone was about him. "Don't be afraid," David said. "I'll fight him for you. You're only a little shepherd boy." The king said, "And Goliath is a great soldier. How will you fight him?" "God will help me," David said. So the king gave David his royal armor to wear, but it was too heavy and too big, and David couldn't even walk. He was a very small man.
It's interesting that they send small man, but I guess if God is on his side, he is bigger than any Goliath.
That's true.
Oh,
We
but-
will find out.
We will find out.
"I won't need this," David said. Instead, David picked out 5 smooth stones from the stream. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Took his slingshot. Oh, the grandkids, I think, would like the slingshots.
Oh, Grandpappy can pretty good with the slingshot.
Fishing rod, slingshot, he could do it all.
It's Grandpappy anyway.
And walked towards Goliath. Step, step, step.
Goliath is really big.
Very.
And Goliath walked towards David and he went thud, thud, thud. You? Goliath peered down at the small boy. I'm little, David shouted up at him, but God is great. That's so true. Goliath laughed in an even terribler laugh than usual.
Oh my.
Oh, and it went. With just one swing of his giant sword, Goliath could finish the boy off. I bet you the sword was probably bigger than David.
Oh, true.
But David kept going. It isn't how strong you are or how many swords and spears you have that will save you. It is God who saves you. This is God's battle, and God always wins his battles. How true is that?
Very.
And so David put a stone in his sling, swung it around, and let it go. And the little stone flew whoosh, like a bullet through the air and struck Goliath, thud, right between the eyes. And then Goliath stopped laughing.
Why? He stumbled and staggered and crash! Fell dead.
Wow,
It's quite the stone.
it's quite the stone.
When the Philistines saw Goliath was dead, they ran away. Fair.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what they said.
This was their giant.
Yeah, and just a little boy with a stone.
And when God's people saw them running away, they cheered. God had saved his people. David was a hero.
Wow. And many years later, God would send his people another hero to fight for them and to save them. But this hero would fight the greatest battle the world has ever known. I think they're talking about Jesus.
Yes.
Because David had God on his side and defeated the big giant. But Jesus came and forgave all of our sins.
Much bigger than a giant.
Much bigger. That's like a bajillion giants.
So many.
That is so amazing that Jesus would do that for us.
Very amazing. Well, shall we pray
We should pray to end our time. Yes.
and send the little ones off to their next thing?
Yes.
All right. Dear Jesus, I thank you for these little ones. I thank you that, like David, even though they may be small and feel afraid, that they can feel confidence in the fact that you are great and you are bigger than any challenge we may face. And I pray that they will feel your strength beside them as they continue on today, and that they may enjoy the rest of the videos. Amen.
Amen.
That was such a good story. One of my favorites.
One of my favorites, and I think we'll be back for another story yet. So we will see you again soon. Bye.
Bye.
I can't wait to practice my juggling after that how-to. Good stuff.
Yeah, and I am looking forward to hearing all of your guys' guesses from the three-man skits.
Yeah, Darian, Dakota, and Amy did such a good job of
So
acting
good.
it all out. And I can't wait to hear what their guesses are too, to see if even they could get it right.
Yeah.
That's right. And we just want to remind you, today being Wednesday, that today is your last day to get your videos and photo submissions in for the highlight video on Friday.
Yeah, so along with like your juggling and your guesses from the three-man skits, our other challenges for this week were send us your tie-dye creations, show us any puzzles that you did, whether it's Rubik's Cube, 3D puzzles, little puzzles, big puzzles, all of that, as well as if you got dressed up and did a theme meal like, well, Charlie and I got dressed up for the red carpet theme meal.
This is my fanciest shirt.
And if you have a Camp4U shirt or a red carpet, we want to see those too. So send those in for the highlight video submission information down below.
And we will be back on Friday with some more Tribal Melee, Friday fun, and chapels, and so much more. So we hope to see you there.
So paparazzi, here they come.